Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. In this video, I will be discussing the coding questions which are asked in CoCubes. This is part 1 of this series. More parts will be uploaded on my channel in future. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss those updates. Guys, please join my Telegram group also because I post regular updates on the different drives which are coming in and the questions which are getting asked in those drives. So make sure that you do not miss those updates as well and are present in my Telegram group. The link is given in the description box. 2 coding questions will be discussed in this video, so make sure that you watch this video till the end so that you can get to know the level of the questions which are getting asked in CoCubes. So guys, let's start this video, and before starting the video, please hit the like button. Okay, so the first question is, given an array, number to search say x and occurrence say n, print the index of the nth occurrence of x in the array. If x does not occur n times, then print the index as -1. Okay, so we are given an array and we are given a number say x, and we have to find the nth occurrence of that particular number, that is that particular x in our array. If that particular if the nth occurrence is present in the array, then we have to print the index of that nth occurrence, and if the x is not present n times in the array, then we have to print -1 as an output. So input and output: get the size of an array, get elements one by one, input the number to be searched and occurrence. Okay, so these are the order of taking the input. First is the size of the array, then we have to get the elements one by one, then we have to input the number to be searched, and we have to enter the occurrence, that is which occurrence we have to find, nth occurrence we have to enter. So for example, 7 is the size of the array, 1 4 6 7 6 3 6 is the array elements, 6 is the number to be searched, and 3 is that we have to find the third occurrence of number 6, and we have to print the index of the third occurrence of element 6. So this is the input, that is 7 is the size of the array, 1 4 6 7 6 3 6 is the array, 6 is the number to be found, and third is the occurrence. So we can see that this number is occurring 3 times in the array. So the third occurrence is happening at the 6th position, that is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, that is 6th index. Third occurrence is happening of 6, so we will output 6th index. So this output 6 is the index at which the nth occurrence is happening of x. So this was the entire question. Now let's look at the code of this question. So I will be doing this code in C++ language. So what we will do, we will first input the size of the array, that is C in size. Then we have to then we will declare an array of size which we have input. Now we have to input the elements of array. So int I is equal to 0, I less than size I plus plus. Now what we have to do, we have to simply do C in ARR of I. So now using this for loop we can enter the elements in the array. Now what we'll do, we will take the number that we have to find, and then we will take the occurrence we have to find. So number is number, and then we have to take occurrence. So we will simply do C in num, and then we will C in occurrence. Now what we'll do, we will take another variable, say count. This will count the number of times a number has occurred in the array. So it will be initialized with 0. Now what we'll do, we will simply traverse our input array till size. Okay, size I plus plus. Now what we'll do, we will check. So, and again we will have to take another variable called int index that will contain the value of nth occurrence of number, and it will be initialized with -1. Okay, so now what we'll do, we will simply check that if the current element, that is if our array ARR of I is double equivalent to the number we have to find, then what we'll do, we will simply do count plus plus. That is, initially our count was 0, but we have found the first occurrence. Now we will do count plus plus. Now this count will become 1. Now we will check if our count is double equivalent to the nth occurrence, that is if it is equivalent to the occurrence, then what we'll do, we will simply see, let's again see that initially count was 0. Now now we have found a number. Now we have done count plus plus. Now we have to find the nth occurrence of that particular number. So if our count, which stores the current value, the current number of times the element x has occurred, now we will see if our count is double equivalent to occurrence. Then see if this is true, then we will update the value of index is equal to I, which was initially -1, and we will simply break from this loop. if our count is double equivalent to the occurrence we have to find. Now after this loop is over, for every element we have checked whether these conditions are true or not. Now after this loop has occurred, we will simply print cout index. See, if this condition would have run, that is if our count is double equivalent to occurrence, then our index value will store the ith index that will count as the nth occurrence of the input number. Now if this condition is never met, then again if we do cout index, then we will print -1 as it was given in the question. So this was the code of this question. Now let's just take an input, sample input 7, 1, 2, 6, 5, 6, 6, and let's say 3. Now we have to find the number 6 and we have to find the third occurrence. So the answer of this should come out to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the answer should come out to be 5. Okay, so there is an error. Okay, let's see the error. What is the error in this? Okay, so this must not be, size is a int, not a function. So now let's just run it. So now the output should come out to be 5 for this particular answer. So yes, you can see that the output is coming out to be 5. This is that condition when we have found the nth occurrence. Now let's suppose we have to find the third occurrence of 6, but that third occurrence of 6 never occurs in this array. So then for this case our answer should come out to be -1. Okay, so you can see that our output is coming out to be -1. So you can see that this code is running perfectly fine and it will clear all the test cases which are present in CoCube's IDE also. So I hope this question is clear to you. Now we will look at for the second question of this video. Okay, so the second question of this video is divisibility. That is, two positive integers m and n are given. You are required to calculate the sum of numbers divisible by both 3 and 5 between the inclusive range of m and n. Okay, so what we are given? We are given add m as well as n. So m and n here represent a range that is from m to n. We have to find all the numbers which are present in between this range from m to n which are divisible by both 3 and 5. Okay, so which are divisible by both 3 and 5, and we have to find the sum of those numbers which are divisible by both 3 and 5 and lies in the range from m to n. So let's see the input. So input m is 12 and n is 50. Now we have to find all the numbers in between this range from 12 to 50 inclusive of this m and n, and we have to find those numbers which are divisible by 3 and 5 and we have to output the sum of such numbers. So this was the entire question. Now let's see the code of this question. So again I am doing this question in C++. What we'll do first we'll declare n and m. We will take input. First we'll take input as m, then we will take input as n. M denotes the starting point and n denotes the ending point. Now what we'll do, we will take a variable int sum which will store the sum of the numbers from in between this range which are divisible by 3 and 5. Now what we'll do, we will simply run a loop from I is equal to m and I less than equal to n. That is, m and n are both inclusive in this question. Now what we'll do, we will check if our I mod 3 is double equivalent to 0, it means that our I is divisible by 3, and if our I mod 5 is double equivalent to 0, so it means that if I is divisible by 3 and I is divisible by 5, then only what we'll do, we will simply add that particular I in our sum variable. And after this loop is over, we will check this condition for every number which is present in the range from m to n. And after this loop will be over, we will simply see out our value of sum. Okay, so this was the entire question. Now let's just run this question first. The m and n values are taken to be 12 and 50, and the answer should come out to be 90 as we have seen earlier in this question. So input is 12 and 50 and output is coming out to be 90, and this question is running perfectly fine. Now let's just run for one more input, that is from 1 to 10, the numbers which are divisible by both 3 and 5. So here the answer should come out to be 0, because from 1 to 10 there is no such number which is divisible by both 3 and 5. So you can see that our output is coming out to be 0. So now let's last example is from 1 to 16. Here the answer should come out to be 15, because there is only one number from 1 to 16 which is divisible by both 3 and 5, that is 15. So our answer is coming out to be 15. So our code is running perfectly fine and it will clear all the test cases which are present in CoCube's IDE. So I hope guys this was it for this video and I hope that you like this video. Thank you for watching it.